Hey everyone, I hope everyone's had a good day so far. I managed to get my bookings done and then I managed to get away early. So I've came home and I'm going to start getting drawings done. So this design I'm doing just now, a client is wanting this done and he's wanting it done just as a black silhouette. So I'm just getting it stenciled. So I'm just sketching over it and then I'm going to make it into a stencil. So I've got a couple of drawings to do tonight and then I think I'm going to work on some more prints. So generally what I do when I'm sketching over the client's own design, most of the time I would just trace one side of it, so I would just sketch straight over it if they don't want many changes to it. So I would sketch over it and then I would just pass my paper so if it's a design that both sides are the same, roughly the same, then I always stencil half and then I fold it over and then I stencil the other half. So I basically just trace over it so that I get it much the same as the opposite side. So when I'm doing this, I normally make sure it's on a white background and it's a lot easier to trace over then. So this client is in tomorrow. Like I said, he's wanting it just black silhouette. I do a lot of silhouette tattoos. I really like working with silhouettes. I still really like working with black. Like today I done a tribal as well. Still do loads of tribal designs. I love working with tribal. I know a lot of tattoos hate tribal, just because it's just, you're just tattooing in black, but it doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just making just a quick sketch over. Okay, so this is just a wee rough sketch. So I've basically done that side first, folded it over, and then I've just traced the other side, and that gets it exactly the same. So it's like a mirror image either side. So generally I would turn it into a stencil at home, but I'm just going to do it in the studio in the morning because I have got a few designs to do tonight. So I'll just get them all sort of stenciled when I get into the shop in the morning. I'll just make sure I go in that wee bit earlier. So that's the wee quick sketch done of that one. And then this client here, so she brought in a picture, and it was a usual, it was a Photoshop picture on her phone, so it wasn't a real tattoo, it was photoshopped onto the area of skin just to show you what it would look like as a tattoo on the skin, but it wasn't an actual tattoo. Sometimes trying to explain to people that, they think that if they bring in a heavily filtered picture that the tattoo should look like that, and it doesn't. A lot of tattoos heavily filter their pictures. I really don't understand why, because you're basically, it's no looking like the real tattoo. It's no giving the customer a look at what the tattoo will actually look in real light. Anybody can heavily filter a picture to make it look better, but I think that so that the client gets the true picture and what it's actually going to look like as a tattoo, I don't filter any pictures. I also don't filter my makeup photos either, because I don't see the point of it. Some people bring in like a picture of someone wearing makeup and you can tell that it's been heavily filtered, the photo, and like trying to explain to people that it's not actually going to look like that in real light, it's becoming really hard, because a lot of the pictures that you get online, they have been heavily filtered. So trying to explain that to people is quite hard, because a lot of people don't understand why it's not going to look the way it does in the picture. So that's why most pictures are heavily filtered. So this picture here is like a rose on someone's chest, but like I said, it's not an actual tattoo picture, it's just been photoshopped on. So as a tattoo, if I was to do it the way it is in the picture, the tattoo is going to blur and fade out pretty quick, because it doesn't have an outline to hold the colour in place. An outline is what keeps a tattoo, and it gives a tattoo longevity, whereas if you don't put an outline in, it looks really nice when it's just freshly done. It looks super realistic, but gradually over time, within a few months, you'll start to see the colour starting to blur and fade out. So on this picture here, it's a rose. So as you can see on here, the picture doesn't have a black outline on it, so it looks realistic. But as a tattoo, if I was to tattoo it like this, gradually after a few months, all this area here, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between the sections and the petals. Whereas if I black outline it, then it's going to outline each section a petal, and that's what makes the tattoo stand out. Same with these leaves here. So these are basically done without the black outline. Looks really nice here on a picture, but on skin, as a tattoo that you want it to last, then it really needs a black outline. You could go in with deeper grey tones or black, and you could just let shade in and do the shape of the leaf, but the same's going to happen. The ink will just eventually start to blur out and just spread outward. So I've advised this client, Marco advised the client to get a black outline on the full thing. The client has got slightly darker skin tone, so if I was to leave it without a black outline on darker skin tone as well, it's not going to stand out too well. So I redraw everything. So a lot of clients will bring a picture in, or they'll send me a picture and they'll ask to get it like that, but I don't do it exactly the same. I redraw everything, I make alterations to it, I don't copy someone else's picture. There's always a difference in it. So I'm basically going to just redraw this, give it an outline, section out the petals more, and to me it's going to give a much better tattoo. She's also wanting to get 3 stars, and I think the 3 black stars are going in the back of her neck, I'm sure. So I think she's wanting a black star and then 2 the same size. I'm not too sure, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the 2 sizes, but I'm also going to draw a star slightly smaller as well, because some people like to get 3 different sizes, so they like to get big to small. Whereas on this picture, it's a bigger star and then these 2 are the same size. But I will draw this up, but I'll also draw up a smaller star as well, just in case she wants the 3 different sizes of stars. So that's the ones that I'm going to be working on now. So I'm just going to start with the rose design. So I'm just going to do exactly the same. I'm just going to put my paper over the top of it, and then I'm just going to reshape the rose. even on the printout, it's really hard to tell the sections in the rows, because there's just no outline to it at all. So I'm just going to quickly sketch over the actual design first, just to make the outline stand out a bit better, because it is quite hard to see on here, and that'll just make it a bit easier for me for tracing over the top with my stencil paper. So I'm just going to start with the petals, and I'm just going to, my phone holder here, I'm going to need to get another phone holder because it's a nuisance because it's hard for you to see what I'm doing. Trying to get my phone balanced without it falling out is really hard as well. It's just so that you can get to see what I'm actually doing. So if I move this back a bit, set that there, I think that's a bit better, isn't it? Aye. So I've got my paper over the top of it, and I'm just relining the rows. So I'm just going over the top of the picture, but I'm just giving it more detail with the petals. I'm putting sections in the petals so that you can tell one petal for the other, and you'll see the difference with just this pencil sketch, how much the sections stand out, and it does look more like a rose. So I'm just going to do exactly the same with the stem. I'm going to do the same with the leaves as well. So I think on this client, I think I'm going to do the stem. So on her picture, the stem's in grey, and it looks as though the leaves are in grey as well. But what I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to advise her, because her skin tone is to go for the stem and the leaves, to get black outline on the leaves, and then the stem, I'm going to advise to get the stem in black. So I'm just going over these leaves just now. So it is a nice design, but I just feel as though as a tattoo it needs to be altered. Definitely needs to be altered. I like working with like heavy outline. I like to power line a lot of my stuff as well, because the power lines and like the outline, I think, is what makes a tattoo, and it makes a tattoo nice and bold. Now and again you will come across a client that definitely does not want an outline, so I will do it, but I will explain to them first that their tattoo will start to fade and start to merge out the way. That's why I don't do like portraits. My face sort of style is more like caricature, sort of cartoony style, because I can put a lot of heavy line work into it. Whereas to do a portrait, realism portrait, it's more shading than what it is outline, so it looks great. I've had a portrait done before and I had to get it all covered up, because within a few months the face just started to disappear. It just started to blur out and it started to fade out because there wasn't a heavy outline there to hold it. Realism portrait tattoos, take my hat off to them. It's such a hard thing to do, but it's just not my style. So I'm just going to finish lining this sketch, and I know that she's also getting it. On this picture it's on somebody's chest and that's where she's wanting it as well, but I'm going to advise her to definitely probably say to get it slightly higher up on the chest, What I find with a lot of clients is if you place the tattoo actually on the breast, then it just means that over time, if they lose weight, gain weight, the breast can pull on a tattoo, and it can distort a tattoo. So I generally say to them to move it upwards. I tend to find that I get asked more for this sort of area for a tattoo now, rather than actually on the chest. Here is a really nice area to get tattooed, and then it's higher as well, so it's more visible, whereas the lower you go, unless you wear a really low cut top, then the tattoo's going to be covered. It's different if you're just getting a tattoo just for you, but if you want a tattoo to be able to show it as well, then you're always best to bring it slightly higher up. Really depends on the size of your chest as well. If someone has got quite a big chest, or if someone comes in and they say that they're going to start going to the gym, they want to lose weight, or if someone is going to start bulking, then you know to be extra careful with the placement of the tattoo. Some people are adamant that they want it where they want it, and that is it. They're not going to change their mind no matter what you say. Then you need to do it where the client wants it, but generally I will always explain to the client a bit about the healing, or if they were to lose weight, gain weight or whatever, then it can sort of distort and pull on the tattoo a bit. Same goes for if one of my clients comes in and they want their stomach tattooed. If they're planning to have kids in the future, I explain to them first that the tattoo will stretch. If a client says that they're starting the gym and they want to lose weight, then you know they're going to lose weight, and the tattoo on the area is going to end up, the skin is going to start to shrink down, and the tattoo can sit slightly off as well. So it's all these kind of things that I like to advise my clients about first, and then at the end of the day it's their choice then. If they want to still get it where they want it, or if they want to get it where I advise, then that's all the better. So this is the picture. So as you can see, I just quickly sketched over these petals here, just for the sake of seeing it through the paper a bit better. So what I've done is I've just reshaped it, and I've sectioned out the petals more. So as you can see, as a tattoo, this one would be a lot better, and this one will last a lot longer than what doing it like this would be. So I'm quite happy, I think. Right, I'm quite happy with that there. So as you can see, it's all shaped out a bit better. So where you see the grey pencil that I'm using, the sketch pencil, then this will all be black outline. Leaves will be black outline. Stem, so I'm going to advise her to go for the stem solid black, get the leaves black outline, and then if she still wants them filled in grey, that's fine. I can do them in grey, she can get them black, or she can get them in a colour. And then the actual head of the rose, I'm going to advise the black outline, and then she can either fill it colour, she can get it grey shaded, she can get it black. The same as the floating petals, I'm going to outline them in black rather than the way they're done on the picture in just red. I'm going to add in a wee bit of darker shading here and there, and then I'm going to, if she wants them red, then I'll go over the top of that with the red ink. So that is that quick sketch done. So as a tattoo, it looks a lot better. So what I normally do is, normally I'm pretty busy during the day. I'm always busy in the studio, so I don't get time to do the drawings. So normally I do all my drawings when I come home. So generally after work, normally for about 2 hours, I can be getting designs prepared and also replying to any messages. Then I've got to wait in other clients replying back to my messages, so I'm like taking bookings, so that's before I even get to have something to eat or get to do anything that needs done in the house. So I'm always kept pretty busy when I get home at night. So if I don't reply to your message straight away, then don't worry about it. It's only because I'm busy, and as soon as I get the designs ready, that's generally when. So normally as soon as I come in for work, I check through the messages, I do my replies, start my drawing, and then when the client replies back to me, I get them after I do my drawings. So you know that if you've sent a message and I've not replied, it's only because I've started doing my drawings. I like to get the drawings done as soon as I can at night, because I do like to have even a wee hour just to be able to relax and just sit in front of the telly or even watch something on my phone. It's quite hard because some nights I don't get any time to myself at all. So that's why tonight I'm just going to get these sketched out and I'm going to actually stencil them when I get into the shop, into the studio in the morning. Not too sure. I haven't been to the gym since last Thursday, it might have been, was the last time I was at the gym, I think. It was either the Thursday or the Friday, and I couldn't go Saturday because I was too busy. Sunday, I just could not be bothered. I had running about today and Sunday, so I just done that. This morning I had a few things to do in the studio, so I never went this morning, so I'm going to need to try and go tomorrow morning. I have started taking earlier bookings now in the studio, and I can also take evening bookings as well. So, but it's not every day I'm going to be doing it, because I've normally got quite a running about today in the mornings. So, and if I take an early booking in the studio, then it means then I don't go to the gym or anything either. So I don't mind right enough. I like to keep busy. It's better being busy than quiet, so I can't complain about it. So I'm now going to go on and do her stars. So normally with stars, sometimes I just draw them straight onto the skin, but because she's got a wee picture, I'm just going to sketch it for the picture. So that's her rose, and then I'm just going to sketch these out. So I'm just going to do 3 different sizes of stars, and I'm just going to straighten these up because our picture, it looks as though the stars are on fingers. So when the picture's taken, it's like rounded, so I need them perfectly straight. So I just use our stencil, our picture, but I just go over them and I just re-sketch the stars. I just give them better points and I just straighten them up as well. So as you can see with her picture, they're on fingers. So you can see with this star it looks beveled, so it looks curved and rounded, whereas I need it perfectly straight here. So I've just sat this over the top of it, and then as you can see there, so I've sat that over the top of it. You get the idea. So sat it over the top, but I've just repointed the star and just gave it the straighter edges. So I'm just going to do the same with one of the other stars. So I'm just going to do one of them. So I'm just going to do the same. I'm just going to straighten up the edges. I'm going to sharpen the points, and that just evens the star out. So as you can see, I've straightened up the stars there. So where it's beveled along here in the stars, I've just straightened them up. So I'm going to do one that size, one that size. So I think she's wanting one this size and 2 that size, but just in case she wants the 3 of them different sizes, I'm just going to draw a smaller one. So if you find it quite difficult to draw stars, always get yourself a picture of a star, and it gives you a straight edge then to work from. Whereas some people, when they're just sketching a star, it can always look slightly off. It's hard to get the points exact when you're just sitting sketching them. Whereas if you use reference, then if you normally find it quite hard to draw stars, then you can just sit that over it. So you can use that as a guide, but you can tidy up the star on your paper, and you can, if it's like you want the point sharper, if you want it straightened up, then it's easy enough to do that if you've got a little wee bit of reference. But because I'm so used to drawing them, I'm just going to draw a smaller star straight onto the paper. So I want to go with a smaller one than the one that I've previously done. So I'm just going to sketch a smaller one and just straighten up the points. So I'm just going to tidy it up. Make sure it's definitely smaller than that other star. So I'm just doing a wee quick sketch. So that is the smaller one there. So as you can see, I've brought a line straight across here, like so, and that gives you a straight edge to work from. So I've just done my wee edge there, and that just makes sure that these 2 points are equal either side. So that's me sketched for 3 stars. So we'll see, I think it's 2 of them and 1 of them, but if she's wanting maybe 3 different sizes, then I've always sketched that one, and it's just a matter of making it into a wee stencil or just drawing it straight on the skin. So that is her sketches done as well. So the other design for tomorrow is one of our discounted designs, and for the life of me I can't remember what one it is. So they're in the studio anyway, so I'm just going to get them, I'm just going to look that out when I go in the morning. So now I'm going to go and get something quick to eat, and then I'm going to start a new print. So I managed to finish off the silhouette, the Freddie Mercury print. I've had a lot of clients asking me for silhouette faces of different famous people. So I've got a couple of names from a couple of clients that they want to see, so I'm maybe going to get them done. I've also got a couple of frames. I'm going to put some butterfly designs into them, and then I think I'm going to do a couple of canvases. I've had a couple of clients ask me about black canvases with white skulls on it, so I'm going to do that. I've got my acrylic paint, so I've got a few black canvases and I'm going to get them done as well. For I generally always draw up some prints for Christmas time. A few of my clients buy the frame prints as Christmas gifts for people, so I'm going to get them done. I've got a good few frames, so I'll get them done as well, and then I'll do a few canvases. So I'll maybe even do a video when I'm doing one of the canvases. So what I'm going to do is the black canvases, I'm going to do the white skulls, and then I'm going to get a couple more white canvases and I'm going to do black skulls on them. One of my clients the other day, she had bought a couple of my spray painted skull canvases about a year ago, and she was asking about a couple more, so I'm probably going to use my spray paint as well as background for one of the skulls. I'm going to do one like a graffiti sort of a style skull. We've also started selling more skull ornaments and stuff in the studio. I managed to get one sold today. That was a regular, I bought one, so I really appreciate the sales, and I'm going to get some more done for for Christmas time, because we do sell a lot of them. A lot of people buy them as gifts for people, so I really appreciate all the sales, guys, and thank you to everyone that's been buying the gift vouchers in as well. The Christmas gift vouchers are already on sale and people are already buying them, so thanks, guys, and thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.